in terms of confidence, I think I was the one that was most timid when we came here on the first day, but it has really helped me to grow. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and we practiced so much that I just feel so much more confident now to actually do things on my own at the gym, but also to deliver to other people if I decide to. So I'm Antonella, I'm from Malta, I live in Siġġiewi, and I'm a teacher, I teach German. This was something that was very out of my comfort zone, but I am very passionate about the gym, I'm very passionate about running and how I can use the gym to avoid any injuries and be stronger in my runs. So I just wanted to do this for my knowledge basically, and who knows, maybe I'll end up doing something with it in the future, but I was really passionate about being more knowledgeable about the subject, and I've researched a lot about what I can do, and this course kept popping up, so I took the chance and I went with it. I chose this course as opposed to other courses because, as I said, I've researched a lot and I looked at a lot of other courses, but this is the one that seems to be the most recognized. Before I started the course, I was a bit worried that I wouldn't really be able to keep up with the course along my full-time job, but you guys were very accommodating with it. I got in touch with you, you explained to me how it will work, and I managed to do it. It is quite time-consuming, but you give quite a big time frame to get the work done. So that was my main concern, but looking back, it shouldn't have been a concern in the first place because the time frame is plenty to get the work done. So, with regards to the online learning, at first I was a bit concerned because I'm not very used to kind of like self-teaching, but everything was really well detailed. The videos in particular were really helpful, and the material was so well planned out, even in the order that it was in, that it was good. It was pretty easy to follow along on your own, and there's a lot of benefits to that as well, to being able to do it on your own time. You know, if something comes up, you can just pause it and you can come back to it. So the online material was perfect. The diagrams were really helpful. The overviews before every chapter and the summary after every chapter, everything was really well thought out. So when it comes to submitting the assignments, we were always assigned a tutor. Sometimes we had different ones, but they were all really helpful, and we would submit the assignment, get some feedback back, and just keep working at it. When I started corresponding with my tutor, I really realized that the feedback was more so, not just for the assignment, but just for me to put it in my practical life and just really make use of it. The feedback was really helpful, and they kept emailing me back to see if I'm getting on well with the course and with the timing of it. So the tutors were all really nice and helpful and accommodating. In terms of the practical hours that we had here, it was an amazing experience. The first day was really overwhelming because you have to meet a lot of new people, and even just to see how the days will kind of like pan out. But I loved how it was all structured to kind of like be us helping each other rather than just constantly being assessed. So it really created this like nice community atmosphere between us, and it was amazing. I learned a lot, not just from you guys, but also from each other. Everyone brought in his experiences with him, and we just learned from each other. It was great. The most valuable part, I think, would be how constructive the feedback is and how detailed it is. I wasn't really expecting to get such detailed feedback. You guys really had an eye for detail, and you left nothing to be missed. And the feedback was really delivered in a helpful way, in a nice way. It wasn't very overwhelming to get that amount of feedback, because you delivered it in such a great way that it was just really you guys trying to help us out to improve rather than just to tick off the assessment. In terms of confidence, I think I was the one that was most timid when we came here on the first day, but it has really helped me to grow. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and we practiced so much that I just feel so much more confident now to actually do things on my own at the gym, but also to deliver to other people if I decide to. The course exceeded my expectations. I wasn't expecting it to be so detailed. I wasn't expecting to learn so much theory. I was expecting the practical part of it, because obviously you have to be confident with the technique, but I wasn't expecting to learn so much theory that I can now put into practice as well. So it exceeded my expectations, and as I said, the tutors were all really helpful in a way to deliver that theory. It wasn't really too overwhelming, and when there were areas that were a bit hard to grasp, there was always help available. So in terms of expectations, super satisfied. The course was such a great investment. I learned so much from it. I got so much more confident. I'm so eager to go to the gym and now just put what I've learned into practice. It was very worth it. In terms of what I've learned that is most valuable, I think it's the coaching aspect of it and how to deliver. Because sometimes you know how to do something, but you don't really know how to explain it in a way that will come across well. So I think that the coaching and how to kind of like deliver those key teaching points is something that is the most valuable thing that I've learned. I'm now very confident and looking forward and excited to kind of like embark on this new journey and be able to deliver what I've learned. I came into this course not thinking I would do anything with this course, but now that I've kind of like seen how I've grown and how much I've learned, I am eager to kind of like deliver all the things that I've learned. So I'm really interested on how strength training affects running, so I would kind of like to combine the two and maybe do something with them both, maybe like something strength training to prevent injuries, something like that. Just combine my two passions together.